here's the thing about spies. A little bit of insight into spies. Spies are suspicious. Spies are not paranoid. If you've ever been paranoid, then you know when you're paranoid you can't function. And if you're a spy and you're paranoid, you're always unable to do anything because you always think that that grandma in the mall behind you is really surveillance. And you always think that that car that took 2 turns with you is out to get you. And you can't stop looking up because that's where they look down to spot you, right? You freeze, you can't move. So what spies need to do is be suspicious. And it's that suspicion that keeps you safe. Here's the difference between me and some, probably many of you, probably some of you. How many people came to the hotel and immediately went through your room, including opening the balcony and looking at all the sight lines from the top buildings? I did. It's not because I'm weird, it's because the training was beat into me. You know? How many people walked around the hotel because you want to figure out a pattern for different entrances and exits and understand the layout and understand where everything is? I was flipping through the program and I saw the scavenger hunt, right? This was after I did a quick walkthrough. I saw the scavenger hunt and I was like, oh, this is cool. Oh, hey, if I had my cell phone, I'd already won. I know where all that stuff is. I'm not going to help you. Unless it's something really hard. But the training is to always be aware of your surroundings, to see everything around you, to take in all this information and somewhere in your weird brain, filter it into something that helps you, that gives you what's called actionable intelligence. And that's what Robert Hansen had to do. You know, just as I was working him on one side, he had to find out whether he was safe. Because this guy had been dumped in the State Department for years. He'd just been put out to pasture because he was somewhat of an embarrassment. He choked a subordinate and a woman. And so they just wanted him to bide out his time. But suddenly they're bringing him back, giving him a position that had never existed, that he wanted for his entire career, promoting him to executive service, and finally, for the first time, giving him staff, which was me. It sounds too good to be true. It played to his ego. He wanted it, but it's too good to be true. So this guy took the job, but he had to figure out if he was safe. He had to be a good spy. Not go paranoid. He had to keep active, but he had to figure out if he was safe. And there were only 2 guys in the room, and I was the other one. So he had to work on me. And he did. And we engaged in this game of dialogue.